She was breathing wrong. That's what caught my attention first. Not her face, not the way she pressed herself against the subway pillar, not the coffee stains on her uniform or the way her hair fell from its ponytail. Her breathing. Short, shallow, panicked. Like a rabbit that knows the wolf is close. My name is Cha Ji-hoon. I'm 33 years old. I own half the clubs in Gangnam and all the problems that come with them. Protection rackets, money laundering, information brokerage. The kind of business where one wrong move gets you killed, where trust is currency and fear is leverage. I stood on the platform at Gangnam Station. 11 p.m., late enough that the crowd had thinned to scattered groups. Business people heading home late, students finishing study sessions, the occasional drunk weaving toward the exit. And her. The woman was maybe 10 feet away from me. She wore a work uniform, white shirt, black pants, both wrinkled and stained with coffee. A name tag pinned crookedly to her chest said Kim's Cafe in cheerful letters. She looked anything but cheerful. Her hands clutched her phone so hard her knuckles had gone white. Her shoulders were hunched, defensive, like she was trying to make herself smaller, invisible. And she kept looking over her shoulder. Once, twice, 3 times in 30 seconds. That's when I knew. Someone was hunting her. I've seen that look before. In my world, you learn to recognize prey, learn to recognize predators, learn to tell the difference between nervousness and genuine fear. This was fear. I followed her line of sight. A man stood by the stairs, gray hoodie, hood pulled up despite the summer heat, hands in his pockets. He wasn't looking at his phone, wasn't checking the train schedule, wasn't doing anything except standing there, watching her. The woman saw him too. Her whole body went rigid, her breath caught, audibly. I heard it even from 10 feet away. Then she did something that told me everything I needed to know about how smart she was. She moved closer to me. Not close enough to touch, not close enough to speak, but close enough that if someone looked at us casually, they might think we were together, a couple waiting for the train. Smart girl. The man in the hoodie shifted, started walking, slowly, casually, like he had all the time in the world. Toward her. I watched his approach, calculated, practiced. This wasn't the first time he'd done this, maybe not even the first time tonight. The woman saw him coming, her breath quickened. She checked the schedule board. The next train was 4 minutes away. An eternity when you're being hunted. The man got closer, 20 feet, 15, 10. She looked at me then, just once, quick, desperate. Her eyes were dark brown, wide with fear. Then she made her choice. Opa, her voice was loud, clear, familiar enough to sound real, like we'd known each other for years. Sorry I'm late. The manager kept me after closing. She stepped right next to me. Her shoulder brushed my arm. She was trembling. I felt it through the fabric of my jacket. I could have walked away. Should have, probably. This wasn't my business. I had enough problems without collecting someone else's. But something about her desperation, about the calculated way that man was approaching, about the fear in her eyes. I couldn't walk away. I put my arm around her shoulders, drew her close. She fit against my side like she belonged there. You're always late, I said. My voice was smooth, easy, affectionate. Did you at least bring me coffee? She laughed. It was forced, brittle but believable. I drank it, sorry. The man in the hoodie stopped. He was 8 feet away now, close enough that I could see his face under the hood. Young, maybe late 20s, unshaven. His eyes were fixed on the woman pressed against my side. There was something dark in them, something possessive. Dangerous. I looked at him, didn't smile, didn't threaten, just looked. The way you look at someone when you're deciding whether they're worth your time, whether they're worth the effort it would take to break them. I'm good at that look. I've spent years perfecting it. Years learning how to communicate violence without ever raising my voice, without ever throwing a punch. In my world, the threat of violence is often more effective than violence itself. The man in the hoodie stared back. For a moment, I thought he might challenge me, might say something, start something. Then he looked away. Turned, walked back toward the stairs. Slow, unhurried, but definitely leaving. He disappeared into the crowd. The woman didn't move. She stayed pressed against my side. I felt her heart racing, felt the tremors running through her body. "He's gone," I said quietly, just for her. She pulled away immediately, stepped back, put distance between us. Her face flushed red. "I'm so sorry." The words tumbled out fast. Apologetic. "I shouldn't have, he's been following me and I didn't know what else to do, and I'm so sorry for putting you in that position." "Stop." She stopped, mid-sentence, mid-panic. "Are you safe?" I asked. "What?" "Right now, are you safe, or is he waiting upstairs?" Her face went pale. I don't know." "Where do you live?" "Mapogu, but I can't go home. He knows where I live. He's been waiting outside my building." "Who is he?" She hesitated, looked down. "My ex-boyfriend. We broke up 6 months ago. He won't leave me alone." I pulled out my phone, opened a new contact, handed it to her. "Put your number in." Her eyes went wide. "What? No, I can't." "If he comes back, you call me. Understood?" "I can't ask you to." "You're not asking, I'm offering." I kept my voice level, calm, the same voice I used in negotiations, when I needed someone to believe I was in control. "Now put your number in before your train arrives." She stared at me, searching my face for what? The catch, the angle, the reason why a stranger would help her. She wouldn't find it. I didn't have a reason, not one that made sense anyway. Maybe I was tired of being the monster in someone else's story. Maybe I wanted to be something different for once. Or maybe I just couldn't stand the fear in her eyes. She took the phone. Her hands were still shaking. She typed quickly, one-handed, like she was afraid I'd change my mind. She handed it back. I looked at the contact. Han Yuna, Kim's Cafe, no last name, no address, just enough information to be polite, to not seem ungrateful. Smart. The train pulled into the station, brakes screeching, doors hissing open. She bowed quickly. "Thank you, really, thank you so much." Then she got on the train. I watched through the window as she found a seat. She looked back once. Our eyes met through the glass. The train pulled away, carried her into the Seoul night. I stood there for a moment, then I called my driver. "Pick me up at Gangnam Station," I said, "and connect me to Hyun-woo." My head of security answered on the second ring. "Yes, sir." "I need information. Han Yuna works at Kim's Cafe, being stalked by an ex-boyfriend. I want to know everything, where she lives, where she works, who the ex is, everything. Time frame. I want it by morning. Consider it done." I hung up, waited for my driver, and thought about a woman with dark eyes and trembling hands who trusted a stranger because she had no other choice. The report came at 7 a.m. I was in my office, penthouse suite overlooking Seoul, floor-to-ceiling windows, minimalist furniture, everything chosen for impact, for power. I'd been here since 5, reading contracts, reviewing security reports, the usual morning routine. My phone buzzed, a message from Hyun-woo. Report on Han Yuna attached, detailed. I opened the file. Han Yuna. Age, 26. Current employment, barista at Kim's Cafe, Gangnam location. Secondary employment, part-time bookstore clerk, Kyobo Books, Gwanghwamun. Tertiary employment, occasional night shifts at GS25 convenience store, Hongdae. Residence, one-room apartment, Mapogu, Studio 302, Building 4. Rent, 500,000 1 month. Education, Seoul Institute of the Arts, 1 year, dropped out. Major, fine arts painting. Reason for withdrawal, financial hardship. I kept reading. She'd moved to Seoul from Busan 3 years ago. Alone, no family support. Her mother had died when she was 12. Her father had died 2 years ago, heart attack, no siblings. She'd had scholarships for art school, partial scholarships. They'd covered tuition but not living expenses. She'd worked part-time, struggled, made it work. Until her father got sick. Medical bills, debt. She'd sent money home, as much as she could, borrowed more, maxed out credit cards. Her father died anyway. She'd inherited nothing but debt, dropped out of school, started working, 3 jobs, sometimes 4. She'd been barely surviving ever since. But that wasn't what made my jaw clench. I scrolled to the next section. SDLKNG incident, timeline. Ex-boyfriend, Choi Seung-min, age 28. Relationship duration, 8 months, March-October, previous year. Breakup date, 6 months ago. Police reports filed, 7. 7 reports. I read them one by one. Report 1, 6 months ago. Excessive calls and messages after breakup. 200+ messages in one day. Voice messages alternating between begging and threats. Report 2, 5 months ago, showing up at her workplace. Kim's Cafe, multiple times daily, waiting outside, following her home. Report 3, 4 months ago, waiting outside her apartment building. All night. Neighbors called police. He left before they arrived. Report 4, 3 months ago, following her on subway. Multiple lines. She had to exit and re-enter trains to lose him. Report 5, 2 months ago, sending flowers and gifts to her workplace. Manager asked her to make it stop. She filed another report. Police issued verbal warning. Report 6, 1 month ago, restraining order granted. 100-meter minimum distance. He violated it 3 times in the first week. Each time he claimed accidental encounter. Report 7, 2 weeks ago, standing outside her apartment door. For hours, not knocking, not trying to enter, just standing there. Police came. He left. No arrest because he technically didn't violate the restraining order by standing in a public hallway. I set the phone down. Picked up my coffee. It was cold. I drank it anyway. 7 police reports, a restraining order, multiple warnings. And he was still out there, still hunting her. Because the law couldn't stop him. Not really. Not until he actually hurt her. And by then it would be too late. I opened the next section. Choi Seung-min background. Age 28. Worked at a mid-level marketing firm. Decent salary. But he had debts, gambling debts. Underground poker games, sports betting. He owed money to 3 different lenders. Dangerous lenders. The kind who worked for people like me. He had a history, 3 previous girlfriends, all relationships ended badly. One had filed an assault charge, dropped it later. Another had simply disappeared, moved cities, changed her number. The third had gotten a restraining order too. He had a pattern. And Yuna was his current fixation. I read through his daily schedule, his routines, his habits. Then I made a decision. I went to Kim's Cafe the next morning. It was in Gangnam, a small place tucked between a beauty salon and a cell phone store. Easy to miss if you weren't looking for it. But once inside, it was charming. Exposed brick walls, wooden tables worn smooth with use, plants hanging in the windows, soft indie music playing from hidden speakers. The kind of place where students studied for exams and freelancers typed away on laptops. Quiet, comfortable, safe. She was behind the counter. She wore the same uniform, white shirt, black pants. Her hair was pulled back in a neat ponytail today. She was making a latte, focused on the milk foam, creating a perfect leaf pattern. Professional, skilled. Then she looked up and saw me. The milk pitcher slipped from her hand. It hit the counter, bounced, clattered to the floor, milk splashed everywhere. Oh no, oh no, no, no. She grabbed a towel immediately, dropped to her knees, started wiping frantically. I'm so sorry, I'm so clumsy. I'll get you, what can I get you? I'll remake that, no charge, I'm so sorry. Yuna. She froze, looked up at me from the floor. Her eyes were wide. It's just milk, I said. Breathe. She took a shaky breath, stood up, threw the towel in a bin. Her hands were shaking again. What are you doing here? She asked. I wanted coffee. This is a cafe. Right, of course, obviously, she laughed. It sounded slightly hysterical. What can I get you? Americano, iced. Right, yes, Americano. She turned to the espresso machine, started making the drink. Her movements were jerky, nervous. She spilled coffee grounds, had to restart twice. Finally, she set the drink in front of me. Wouldn't meet my eyes. How much? I asked. 4,001. I pulled out my wallet, took out a 50,001 note, set it on the counter. I don't have change for. Keep it. What? No, I can't. You can. I picked up the coffee. Has he been back? Her face went pale. How did you know? I asked around. Your ex-boyfriend, Choi Seung-min. Has he been back since last night? She looked around the cafe. There were maybe 5 other customers, all absorbed in their laptops and books. Still, she lowered her voice. You shouldn't be asking about this. It's not your problem. I shouldn't have involved you. Answer the question. She bit her lip, a nervous habit. I watched her consider lying, watched her decide against it. Yesterday, she said quietly, he waited outside after my shift ended at 6, followed me to the subway. I had to take 3 different trains, switch lines twice. I didn't get home until almost 9. And the police. Her laugh was bitter. They can't do anything. The restraining order is just paper. It says he has to stay 100 meters away. But how do you prove someone is following you on the subway? He gets on a different car, stands far enough away, never approaches directly. She looked down at the counter. It's not illegal to ride the subway. It's not illegal to walk on the same street. Unless he physically touches me or threatens me directly, there's nothing they can do. What do you want to happen? She looked at me then, really looked at me. Her eyes were tired, so tired. But there was anger there too, hot and fierce. I want him to disappear, she said quietly. I want to walk to work without checking over my shoulder every 5 seconds. I want to sleep without keeping the lights on, without jumping at every sound in the hallway. I want to stop being afraid of my phone buzzing. I want my life back, the life I had before I met him. What if I could give you that? I don't have money to hire. I don't want money. She stared at me. Then what do you want? Nothing. I'm offering help, that's all. Why? Her voice rose slightly. A customer glanced over. She lowered it again. Why would you help me? You don't know me. We met for 5 minutes on a subway platform. This isn't your problem. Maybe I'm tired of seeing people get hurt when I can do something about it. You don't look like someone who helps people out of the goodness of their heart. Smart, very smart. I'm not, I admitted. Usually, but I'm making an exception. Why me? Because I couldn't get her face out of my head. Because I'd seen genuine terror in her eyes and something in me had responded to it. Because I'd spent my entire adult life causing fear and maybe, just once, I wanted to stop it instead. I didn't say any of that. Because I can, I said simply. And because you shouldn't have to live like this. No one should. A customer approached the counter. A college student with headphones around his neck. He wanted to order. Yuna glanced at him, then back at me. I have to work, she said. Think about it, you have my number. I left. Sat in my car for a moment. Watched through the window as she took the student's order. Made his drink. Smiled politely even though her hands were still shaking. Then I drove back to my office. And waited. She didn't call. Not that day, not the next. I didn't push, didn't show up at the cafe again, didn't send messages. I'd made the offer. She had to decide whether to accept it. But I had her followed anyway. Not by me personally. I wasn't that kind of creep. I hired professionals, the kind who could blend into crowds, who could watch without being seen. The reports came daily. Day 1, subject worked at cafe 8 a.m., 6 p.m. No incidents. Went directly to bookstore job in Gwanghwamun. Worked until 9 p.m., took subway home. Ex-boyfriend spotted on same train, different car. Subject noticed, changed cars twice. Ex followed. Subject exited at random stop. Waited. Caught different train. Made it home safely at 10:47 p.m. Day 2, subject worked cafe shift. Ex-boyfriend showed up at 11 a.m., stood across the street, watched through window for 3 hours, did not enter, did not approach. Technically not violating restraining order. Subject visibly distressed, dropped 2 cups. Manager spoke to her. Subject left for break. Sat in alley behind cafe, cried for 7 minutes, returned to work. Ex left at 2 p.m. Day 3, subject called in sick to cafe, did not go to bookstore, stayed in apartment all day. Ex-boyfriend showed up at her building at 9 p.m., stood outside, smoked cigarettes, looked up at her window, stayed for 2 hours, left at 11 p.m. Subject's lights remained on all night. She did not sleep. Day 4, subject went to police station, filed another report. Officer on duty was sympathetic but explained again that unless ex-boyfriend made direct threats or physical contact, they couldn't arrest him. Suggested she move. Subject left station. Sat on bench outside for 30 minutes. Cried. Went to cafe for afternoon shift. Worked until closing. Day 5, subject worked morning cafe shift. During her break, she called someone, spoke for 8 minutes, ended call crying, went back to work. Ex-boyfriend showed up at closing time, waited outside. Subject saw him through window, refused to leave, called coworker, asked them to walk her to subway. Coworker female, age 22, accompanied her. Ex followed both of them. Coworker grew scared, suggested calling police. Subject said no, not worth it. They made it to subway. Ex watched them enter, did not follow. I read that last report 3 times. She was being psychologically tortured, systematically, methodically, and there was nothing she could do about it except endure. On day 5, she called me. My phone rang at 9:47 p.m. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Then I saw the saved contact. Han Yuna, Kim's Cafe. I answered immediately. Yuna, I need help. Her voice was small, defeated, broken. Please, I don't know what else to do. I can't live like this anymore. He's everywhere. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I'm going to lose my job because I keep making mistakes. I'm scared all the time. I'm so tired of being scared. Please help me. Where are you? Home, my apartment. Is he there? Not right now, but he was, an hour ago, standing outside my door. I could see his shadow under the door. I called the police. They came. He was gone by the time they arrived. They said there's nothing they can do unless he tries to break in or makes a direct threat. I can't. She broke down, sobbing, raw and painful to hear. I'll help you, I said quietly. But I need you to trust me. Can you do that? Yes, anything, just make it stop. Good, stay inside. Lock your doors. Don't answer for anyone except me. I'll call you tomorrow with a plan. Okay. Yuna. Yes. You're not alone anymore. Understand? She made a sound, half laugh, half sob. Okay. Get some sleep. I don't think I can. Try. I'll call you in the morning. I hung up. Sat in my office for a moment. The city lights of Seoul spread out before me, beautiful and indifferent. Then I called Hyunwoo. I need you to put together a file, everything on Choi Seung-min. I want his debts, his employer information, his family connections, his routines, his weaknesses, everything. How detailed? Detailed enough that I can destroy him without touching him. Understood. When do you need it? By morning. Consider it done. Next, I called my lawyer. Kim Tae-sung, the best in Seoul, expensive, discreet, completely amoral. I need you to prepare some documents, I said. A settlement offer, a severance package, and a contract. 4. Choi Seung-min, I want to give him an option. Leave Seoul, start over somewhere else. Clean slate, in exchange for never contacting someone again. And if he refuses, then we escalate, but we start with the offer. I'll need details. I'll send them by morning. Your rate just went up. I don't care. I hung up. Made one more call, to someone I didn't like using, but sometimes you needed specialists. It's Cha, I said when he answered. Didn't expect to hear from you. The voice was rough, smoker's voice. What do you need? Debt collection. Choi Seung-min, I'm buying his debts, all of them. Then I'm going to use them. How aggressively? Legally aggressive. No violence unless he refuses every other option. Less fun, but cleaner. I'll send you the paperwork. Fast. Everything's fast if you pay enough. I'll pay. I hung up, sat back in my chair, looked out at Seoul, and thought about a woman who'd asked me for help, who'd trusted a dangerous stranger because she had no other choice. I wouldn't let her down. It took 3 days to put everything in place. 3 days of paperwork, phone calls, negotiations, buying debts from lenders who didn't want to sell, preparing legal documents, building a case. I didn't contact Yuna during those 3 days, didn't want to give her false hope, didn't want to promise something I couldn't deliver. But I had her protected, security watching her apartment, following her to work, making sure Choi Seung-min didn't escalate. He didn't. He kept his distance, technically, still followed her, still showed up outside her building, but he didn't approach, didn't threaten directly. He was smart enough to stay just on the right side of the law. That would be his downfall. On day 3, everything was ready. I had my lawyer send Choi Seung-min a letter, certified mail, signature required. It arrived at his workplace, his employer's office, very public, very official. The letter outlined everything. To Choi Seung-min. Ray, final settlement offer. We represent the interests of Han Yuna in matters regarding your continued harassment and stalking behavior. This letter serves as a formal settlement offer. As you are aware, Ms. Han has filed multiple police reports regarding your behavior. She has obtained a restraining order which you have repeatedly violated through continued surveillance, following, and psychological harassment. Additionally, we have acquired your outstanding debts. 15 million won to JK Lending, 8 million won to Park Financial, 12 million won to Seoul Credit Services. Total, 35 million won plus accrued interest. We are prepared to offer you the following settlement. Complete forgiveness of all debts listed above, 35 million won. Severance package of 20 million won to facilitate relocation. Letter of recommendation for employment in Busan/Daegu/other approved city. Legal protection from debt collectors during transition period. In exchange, you must agree to immediately cease all contact with Han Yuna. No calls, messages, emails, in-person contact. Relocate outside of Seoul within 30 days. Never return to Seoul for any reason that might bring you into contact with Ms. Han. Sign a legal contract with severe financial penalties for violation, 100 million won. If you refuse this offer, all debts will be called in immediately, full payment demanded within 7 days. Your employer will be formally notified of harassment charges and restraining order violations. Your family will be informed of outstanding debts and gambling problems. We will pursue maximum legal penalties for restraining order violations. We will file civil suit for psychological damages and emotional distress. You have 48 hours to respond. This is your only offer. There will be no negotiation. Brutal, clean, legal. I waited. 23 hours later, Choi Seung-min called the number on the letterhead. My lawyer took the call, put it on speaker. I listened from my office. This is insane, Choi's voice was high, panicked. You can't do this. You can't just buy my debts and blackmail me. It's not blackmail, Mr. Choi, my lawyer said calmly. It's a settlement offer. You're free to refuse. If I refuse, you'll ruin my life. No, Mr. Choi, you've already ruined your life through poor financial decisions and criminal harassment. We're offering you a chance to start over. Clean slate, no debt, money to relocate, a recommendation. All you have to do is leave Ms. Han alone. She's my girlfriend. She's your ex-girlfriend who has filed 7 police reports against you and obtained a restraining order. She's made it abundantly clear that she wants no contact with you, yet you continue to stalk her. That's not love, Mr. Choi. That's obsession. And it's illegal. Silence. Then, who the hell are you people who sent this letter? That's irrelevant. What's relevant is your answer. Do you accept the settlement? And if I don't? Then we proceed with the consequences outlined in the letter. Your debts will be called in. We've already contacted your creditors. They're prepared to move forward with collection procedures. Given your gambling history and current financial situation, you'll likely face legal action. Possibly criminal charges if certain irregularities in your betting practices come to light. More silence. 48 hours, Mr. Choi. We need your answer. I need time to think. You have 24 hours left. Use them wisely. My lawyer hung up. He looked at me through the video call. He'll take it. You're sure? I'm sure. He's a coward. Cowards always take the easy way out when they're cornered. He was right. 18 hours later, Choi Seung-min signed the contract. I went to Kim's cafe to tell her. It was late afternoon. The cafe was quiet, just a few students studying in the corner, soft jazz playing from the speakers. Yuna was wiping down tables. She looked exhausted, like she hadn't slept in days, which, according to my security reports, she hadn't. She saw me and froze. I walked to the counter. She met me there. Is everything okay? She asked. Her voice was quiet, worried, like she thought I was bringing bad news. He's gone, I said. Her hand went to her throat. What? Choi Seung-min. He signed a contract this morning. He's leaving Seoul. By the end of the week, he'll be in Busan. He's not allowed to contact you ever again. If he does, there are severe legal and financial consequences. Her eyes filled with tears. How? Does it matter? Did you hurt him? No, I gave him a choice. He made it. What kind of choice? A generous one, debt forgiveness, moving expenses, job recommendations. All he had to do was leave you alone. Why would he accept that? Because the alternative was worse. She covered her mouth with her hand. The tears spilled over, ran down her cheeks. Hey, I said softly. It's okay, you're safe now. I can't believe it. I can't. For 6 months I've been living in fear and you just how? Money, leverage, legal pressure, does it matter? She shook her head, laughed through her tears. No, it doesn't matter. He's really gone. He's really gone. She came around the counter, stood in front of me. Then, without warning, she threw her arms around me. Hugged me tight. I froze for a second, surprised. Then I wrapped my arms around her, held her while she cried. Thank you, she whispered against my chest. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how to repay you. I don't have money, but I'll work. I'll pay you back somehow. I'll. Stop, I said quietly. You don't owe me anything. But you're safe. That's payment enough. She pulled back, looked up at me. Her eyes were red from crying, but also bright, hopeful, for the first time since I'd met her. I don't understand you, she said. You're a stranger, you don't know me. Why would you do this? Maybe I'm tired of watching good people suffer when I can do something about it. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have. She studied my face, searching for something, I didn't know what. Then she smiled, small, fragile, but real. Can I at least buy you coffee? Real coffee, not just an Americano. I have to get back to the office. Tomorrow then, or whenever you have time, please, I want to say thank you properly. I should have said no, should have kept my distance. This wasn't the beginning of something. This was just a good deed, a one-time thing. That's what I told myself. Tomorrow, I said, after your shift ends. Her smile grew. Okay, tomorrow. I came back the next day. And the day after that. And the day after that. It started with coffee, just coffee. She'd insist on making me something special. A latte with perfect foam art. A pour-over with beans she'd selected specifically for me. a cold brew that she'd prepared the night before. We'd talk while she cleaned up after closing, about small things, about her favorite books, about why she'd wanted to study art, about life in Busan versus life in Seoul. She was funny, quick-witted, creative. She saw the world differently than anyone I'd ever met, found beauty in small things, a shadow pattern on the wall, the way light hit the coffee cup, the sound of rain on the cafe windows. She made me notice things I'd stopped seeing years ago. "What do you do?" she asked one evening. We were sitting at a corner table. The cafe was closed, just us and the warm lights. "I own businesses, entertainment, hospitality." "That's vague." "It's meant to be." She tilted her head, studied me. "Are you a good person?" No one had ever asked me that so directly. "No," I said, "probably not. But you helped me. Once, that doesn't make me good. It doesn't make you bad either. I've done things you wouldn't approve of, hurt people, threatened people, used fear as a weapon. Why are you telling me this? Because you should know who I am, what I am, before you decide whether you want to keep having coffee with me." She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "Should I be scared of you?" "Probably. But I'm not." "Why not?" "Because you helped me when you didn't have to, because you kept your word. Because when I look at you, I don't see a monster. I see someone who's tired, someone who's trying to be better, maybe for the first time." She was wrong. I wasn't trying to be better. I wasn't capable of better. But something about the way she looked at me made me want to try. Over the following weeks, I kept coming back. Not every day, I wasn't a stalker, but 2 or 3 times a week, always when the cafe was quiet, always when she had time to talk. We became friends, sort of. The kind of friends where you share pieces of yourself but keep the dangerous parts hidden. She told me about her dreams, about wanting to paint again, about the apartment she wanted someday. Big windows, northern light, a separate room just for art supplies. "Why did you stop painting?" I asked one evening. "I didn't stop, I just paused. After my father died, after I dropped out, I told myself I'd go back to it when I had time, when I had money, when life wasn't so hard." She smiled sadly. "But there's always something. Another bill, another shift, another crisis. And suddenly 3 years have passed and I haven't picked up a brush." "Do you still want to?" "Every day I dream about it, about colors, about canvas, about creating something beautiful, something that matters." "Then do it." "I don't have time. I work 70 hours a week just to keep my apartment." "Quit one of your jobs." She laughed. "I can't afford to quit." "What if you could?" She looked at me carefully. "Are you about to offer me money? Because we talked about this." "I'm not offering money. I'm asking a question. If money wasn't an issue, what would you do?" "Paint. I'd paint every single day." "Then do it." "It's not that simple." "It could be. Not for people like me." That phrase bothered me more than it should have. People like me, like she was somehow less deserving, less worthy of her dreams. I didn't argue, just filed it away, a problem to solve later. 3 weeks after Choi Soo-min left Seoul, I noticed something. Yuna was smiling more. Not fake smiles, not the professional customer service smile she wore at work. Real smiles, the kind that reached her eyes, that changed her whole face. She walked differently too, without the hunched shoulders, without constantly checking over her shoulder. She looked lighter, free, beautiful. I was falling in love with her. I recognized it the way you recognize a disease, something inevitable, something dangerous, something that would only end in pain. Because men like me don't get happy endings, and women like her deserve better than what I could offer. So I kept my distance, kept things friendly, casual, safe. I listened to her talk about her dreams, her hopes, her plans for a future that didn't include me. And I fell deeper every time. Then one evening, everything changed. I arrived at the cafe at my usual time, 6 p.m., after her shift. The door was locked. That was unusual. She always waited for me, always had coffee ready. I called her. It rang 4 times. Then she answered. Her voice was strange, tight. Cha Ji-hoon. I'm outside the cafe. Are you okay? I'm fine. Something came up. I had to leave early. Where are you? Home. I'm home. I'm fine. She wasn't fine. I could hear it in her voice. What happened? Nothing, really. I just need to be alone tonight. Yuna. Please, I'm okay. I'll see you next time. She hung up. I stood there for a moment. Then I called Hyun-woo. I need eyes on Yuna's apartment. Now. On it. 10 minutes later, my phone rang. She's home, Hyun-woo said. Lights are on, no signs of disturbance, but sir, there's someone else there. My blood went cold. Choi Seung-min. No, a woman. We got a photo. He sent it. I opened the image. A woman in her 50s, well-dressed, expensive coat. She was standing outside Yuna's building, looking up at the windows. I'd never seen her before. Find out who she is, I said. Already on it. 20 minutes later, I had my answer. The woman was Yuna's aunt, her father's sister. She lived in Busan. She'd visited Seoul twice in the past 3 years, both times to ask Yuna for money. She'd come again today. I had a recording of their conversation. My security team had put listening devices in Yuna's apartment weeks ago, for protection, to make sure Choi Seung-min didn't try anything. I told myself it was for her safety. But really, I just wanted to be close to her, even when I wasn't there. I listened to the recording. The aunt's voice was sharp, demanding. Your cousin needs money for her wedding. Family helps family. Your father would want you to help. I don't have money. Yuna's voice was tired. I'm still paying off father's medical debt. That's not my problem. You're working 3 jobs. You can spare something. I'm barely making rent. I can't. You're selfish. Your father would be ashamed. Silence. Then Yuna quietly, get out. What? Get out of my apartment. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe your daughter anything. I'm done being the family ATM. You ungrateful. Out now. The aunt left. Yuna cried. I listened to her cry for 20 minutes. Then I made a decision. The next morning, I was waiting outside Kim's cafe when Yuna arrived for her shift. She looked surprised to see me, then embarrassed. You didn't have to come so early, she said. I wanted to see you. About last night. Your aunt came to visit. She froze. How did you? I have people watching your apartment, for safety, in case Choi Seung-min came back. Her face flushed red. You've been spying on me. Protecting you. Same thing. It's not, and I'm not apologizing for making sure you're safe. She looked away. My aunt is none of your business. She upset you. So, family upsets everyone sometimes. That's life. She had no right to demand money from you. She's family. She thinks she has every right. And what do you think? She was quiet for a long moment. Then, I think I'm tired of people taking from me, my father's debt, my ex-boyfriend's control, my aunt's demands. I'm tired of being the person everyone uses and no one appreciates. Then stop. It's not that simple. It could be. She looked at me. Why do you keep saying that? Because I can help, if you let me. I don't want your money. I'm not offering money, I'm offering options, opportunities, a way out. What kind of way out? I pulled an envelope from my jacket, handed it to her. What's this? She asked. Open it. She did. Inside was information. A rental listing. A studio apartment, not large but with big windows, northern light, perfect for painting. And a job offer from one of my legitimate businesses, a gallery. They needed someone to manage the day-to-day operations, reasonable hours, good pay, benefits. She stared at the papers. I don't understand. The apartment is available immediately. First month's rent paid. Security deposit paid. It's yours if you want it. The gallery job is real, you'd be qualified, you have experience in customer service. You understand art, you're organized, they'd be lucky to have you. This is too much. It's a fresh start. Why would you do this? Because you deserve better than 70-hour work weeks and apartments with thin walls where your aunt can show up and demand money. I can't accept this. Why not? Because I don't know what you want from me. Nothing. Everyone wants something. Not from you. She looked at me, her eyes were searching, wary. Then why, really? Why are you doing all of this? I could have lied, should have lied. But I'd never lied to her before. Because I care about you, I said quietly. Because watching you struggle kills me. Because you're brilliant and talented, and you deserve a chance to actually live instead of just survive. You barely know me. I know enough. This is too much. It's too fast. It's a job offer and an apartment listing. That's all. You don't owe me anything. You can take the apartment and refuse the job. Take the job and stay in your current apartment. Take both. Take neither. It's completely your choice. She stared at the papers in her hands. Think about it, I said. No pressure, no expectations, just think about what you want, what you actually want, not what you think you should want, not what you think you can afford, just what would make you happy. Then I left, gave her space to decide, and waited. She called me 3 days later. I'll take the apartment, she said, but not the job. Why not the job? Because I'm going back to school. I looked into it. I can re-enroll at Seoul Institute of the Arts. They'll take my previous credits. I only have 3 semesters left. If I take loans, if I budget carefully, I can do it. I smiled, actually smiled. That's good, that's really good, Yuna. And I want to pay you back for the apartment. I'll pay you back in installments. It might take a while, but I'll do it. You don't have to. Yes, I do. I need to do this my way. I need to know I'm not just accepting handouts. I need to be able to look at myself and know I earned it. Okay, we'll set up a payment plan, interest-free, whatever you can afford. Thank you. You're welcome. Silence. Then, Cha Ji-hoon. Yes. Why are you really doing this? Don't give me the line about caring. Tell me the truth. I was quiet for a long moment. Then I said, because I'm falling in love with you, and I don't know how to stop. Her breath caught, audibly. But that doesn't change anything, I continued. The apartment is yours, the offer stands. Whether you feel the same way or not, whether you want to see me again or not, I won't hold any of it over you. I won't ask for anything in return. What if, she paused, what if I want to see you again? Then I'd like that, very much. Even though I can't be in a relationship right now. I just got out of something terrible. I need time. I need to figure out who I am when I'm not afraid, when I'm not surviving. I need to be okay on my own first. I understand. Do you? Yes, take all the time you need. I'll be here. Why? Because you're worth waiting for. Yuna moved into the new apartment 2 weeks later. I helped against her protests. She insisted she could do it herself, hire movers, handle everything. But she didn't have much furniture. The apartment was unfurnished. So I showed up with my driver and a truck full of basics. A bed, a couch, a small kitchen table. Second-hand, nothing fancy, nothing she could refuse because it was too much. She tried to refuse anyway. This is too much, she said, standing in the doorway of her new apartment. It's furniture. Everyone needs furniture. I can buy my own furniture. With what money? You just paid first month's rent and enrollment fees. She glared at me. I don't want to owe you. You don't. Consider it a housewarming gift from a friend. Friends don't give friends thousands of dollars worth of furniture. Mine do. She sighed, but she let us carry everything inside. When we finished, she stood in the middle of her new living room, looking around. The big windows let in beautiful afternoon light. The space was open, bright, safe. I can't believe this is mine, she said softly. Do you like it? I love it, it's perfect. Good. She turned to me. Thank you, really, for everything. I know I keep saying I don't want handouts, that I want to do things myself, but thank you for helping anyway, for not giving up on me even when I was being stubborn. You're not stubborn, you're independent, there's a difference. She smiled. Is there? Yes. We stood there for a moment, just looking at each other. Then she said, do you want to stay for dinner? I don't have much, just ramen and eggs, but I'd like to thank you properly. I'd like that. We ate cheap ramen at her new kitchen table, talked about nothing important, about her classes starting next week, about the bookstore she'd quit, about the cafe she was cutting back hours at. It was simple, perfect, and I felt even more in love with her. Over the following months, I watched Yuna transform. She started school, threw herself into it, painting for hours, learning techniques, rediscovering her passion. She made friends, other students, professors who recognized her talent, gallery owners who asked to show her work. She started sleeping through the night, started smiling more easily, started walking with confidence instead of fear. She became herself. And I watched from the sidelines, a friend, nothing more. We had dinner sometimes, coffee. She'd show me her paintings, ask my opinion even though I knew nothing about art. Do you like it? She'd ask. I love it. You say that about everything. Because it's true. She'd laugh, shake her head. You're biased. Absolutely. But I kept my distance romantically. Didn't push, didn't pressure, didn't cross lines. She needed time, space, freedom. And I would give her all of it, even if it killed me. 6 months after she moved into the new apartment, something changed. She invited me over one Friday evening, said she had something to show me. I arrived at 7. She answered the door in paint-stained jeans and an old t-shirt. Her hair was pulled back. She had blue paint on her cheek. She looked beautiful. Come in, she said. Close your eyes. Why? Just do it. I closed my eyes. She took my hand, led me through the apartment. I heard her studio door open. Okay, she said. Open. I opened my eyes. The studio was filled with paintings, dozens of them, covering every wall, leaning against furniture, stacked in corners. All of Seoul, the subway, the streets, the people, the city at night, the city in rain, the city in countless moments. Beautiful, raw, honest. In the center of the room was an easel, a canvas covered with a cloth. This one is special, she said quietly. I wanted you to see it first. She pulled off the cloth. The painting took my breath away. It was us, from that first night. Gangnam Station subway platform, late at night, 2 figures standing close together, her face turned toward mine, my arm around her shoulders. The city lights blurred in the background, soft, dreamlike. But what made it extraordinary was the emotion. You could feel her fear, my protectiveness. The moment everything changed. It's called safe, she said softly, because that's what I felt in that moment, for the first time in months, safe. I couldn't speak. You probably don't remember it like I do, she continued. For you, it was just a random act of kindness, a stranger helping another stranger. But for me, it was the moment my life changed. The moment I stopped being just a victim. The moment I started believing I could be more than what I was. Yuna, I'm having an exhibition, she interrupted. Next month, a small gallery, just student work, but they're letting me show 15 pieces, and I want this one to be the centerpiece. She looked at me. Is that okay to show this, to show us? It's your art. You can show whatever you want. But it's you too, your face, us. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable. I'm honored. She smiled. Good, because I'm proud of it, proud of us, of how far we've come, of who we've become. She stepped closer. I stayed very still. I've been thinking, she said quietly, about what you said 6 months ago, about falling in love with me. Yuna, you don't have to. Do you still feel that way? Yes. Even after all this time, even though I kept you at a distance, even though I couldn't give you what you wanted. You gave me exactly what I wanted. You let me be part of your life. That was enough. What if I want to give you more? My heart stopped. What are you saying? I'm saying I spent 6 months figuring out who I am without fear, without someone controlling me, without owing anyone anything. And you know what I discovered? What? I'm happiest when I'm with you. I'm strongest when you're beside me. I'm most myself when I can share my life with someone who sees me, really sees me. Not the victim, not the project, just me. Yuna, I'm not asking you to save me. I'm not asking you to fix my problems. I'm not asking for anything except this, to be with you, as equals, as partners, as two people who chose each other because they want to, not because they have to. She touched my face. Her fingers were paint-stained, gentle. I'm falling in love with you, Cha Ji-hoon, and I don't want to stop. I kissed her. Finally. After 6 months of waiting, of wanting, of keeping myself in check. I kissed her, and she kissed me back, and it was perfect. When we broke apart, we were both breathless. I love you, I said. I love you too. 1 year later. I stood in an art gallery, not the small student gallery, a real gallery, prestigious, expensive, the kind of place where collectors came to find the next big thing. Yuna's exhibition was called From Fear to Freedom, a journey. 30 paintings, all of her experiences over the past year. The fear, the hope, the growth, the love. The centerpiece was still Safe, the subway platform painting, but now it was accompanied by others. Free, a woman opening a door to a sunlit apartment. Create, a woman painting in a studio. Love, two people standing together in a gallery looking at art. Us. The room was packed. Critics, collectors, students, art enthusiasts. And they were buying. Red dots appeared next to paintings. Sold, sold, sold. I watched Yuna move through the crowd, talking to journalists, to gallery owners, to people who wanted to commission work. She wore a black dress, simple, elegant. Her hair was down, she was glowing. She caught my eye across the room, smiled, excused herself from her conversation, walked over. What do you think? She asked. I think you're extraordinary. I think you're biased. Absolutely, I kissed her forehead, but I'm also right. She laughed, then she took my hand. Come on, there's someone I want you to meet. She led me through the crowd, introduced me to gallery owners, to critics, to people who talked about composition and color theory and emotional resonance. I understood maybe half of it, but I understood the way she lit up when she talked about her work. And that was enough. Later that night, we went back to her apartment, not the small studio, a bigger place now, 2 bedrooms, one was hers, one was her studio. She'd paid for it herself, with money from her art sales, from commissions, from her own hard work. She was independent, successful, free. And she'd chosen to share her life with me anyway. We sat on the couch with wine and takeout. She leaned against me. I'm happy, she said. Good. I never thought I would be, after everything with Seungmin, after being so scared for so long. I thought I'd always be looking over my shoulder, always waiting for something bad to happen. And now I know that bad things do happen, but they don't define me. I survived. I grew. I built something beautiful from something terrible. She tilted her head up, and I met you. That's the beautiful part. That's the best part. I kissed her, slow, sweet. I love you, I said. I love you more. Impossible. She laughed, then she grew serious. Cha Ji-hoon. Yes. Your world, the things you used to do, is it really all behind you? I'd been working on this, going legitimate, slowly, carefully, extracting myself from the dangerous parts of my business, keeping only the legal operations, the clubs, the galleries, the real estate. It wasn't easy, Men in my position didn't just walk away, but I was doing it. For her, for us, for the future we were building. It's behind me, I said. I'm still not a good person, I still use leverage, I still play hardball in business. But the illegal stuff, the violence, that's done. You're a better person than you think you are. You make me want to be better. Then let's be better together. She kissed me, long and deep. And I knew, in that moment, that I'd found something I'd never thought possible. Redemption. Not through violence, not through control, not through fear. But through love. Real, honest, earned. From a woman who'd been broken and built herself back up. From a woman who'd chosen me not because she needed me, but because she wanted me. As an equal, as a partner. As someone she loved freely. The end.